More than 90% of Black Friday deals were actually the same price or cheaper in the 6 months before Black Friday last year.
People all over TikTok have been sharing videos of things supposedly being on sale. However, once you peel back the tag, you can see the original price has not even changed.
Black Friday is such a scam. This wallet that I've been eyeing, it was $40 USD 3 weeks ago. I'm not even kidding.
It's Black Friday today, and while millions of shoppers are rushing into stores, most don't know that they're walking straight into one of retail's biggest illusions. Let's uncover the Black Friday scam and how to avoid falling for it this year. Hi babes, my name's Taja, mother of twins, lover of luxe things, and your guide for showing up with style and intention. It's Black Friday, guys, and if you are not new to my channel, then you guys know that I love shopping and I also love a sale, right? But before we do any more Black Friday shopping, I want you to break down some of the scams that some of these stores do in anticipation of this time of year. I do think it is possible to pick up really good deals during sale seasons, and I often shop sales. However, I am very intentional about what I pick up and I do not impulse buy. So my suggestion would be, even if and when you are faced with really good deals, to just give a second thought about whether it is actually what you want. And a good place to start would be to figure out if the price is actually a good one. At this point, Black Friday doesn't actually even seem to just be a day. There have been Black Friday sales ongoing for the last few weeks. Most brands now start doing promotions for Black Friday sales well in advance of actual Black Friday. So I'm sure you have seen some deals floating around, but especially in the last couple of years, brands have been exposed for not actually reducing their prices during the Black Friday sales. We can see here in Target, this creator showing that Target have added sale stickers to some of their items, but when you peel off the sale sticker, it says the same price, which is actually crazy. So there's these gloves that are $5, and when she pulls off the price tag, it says $5. Yeah, and I can't see super clearly because it's a bit backwards, but for even some of these, they were cheaper before the sale tag got added on. Yeah, that's crazy. The general idea, guys, going into Black Friday and actually all sale seasons is that if these brands have an opportunity to get you, you will get got, okay? If they have an opportunity to get you to buy something that you probably don't want or need, but because you think this is the only opportunity to get the thing, you will buy it. They will do whatever they feel they need to get you to believe that you are in fact getting a deal. And one of the strategies they use is price hiking just before the sale. So in the months leading up to the sale, they will raise their prices slightly on things, and then when the sales come, they will reduce the prices back to the original price. So I'd always recommend intentionally shopping, guys. In the ideal world, when you're approaching a sale, you should at least have a mental list of the things that you want. And for most of my shopping, especially shopping that's more expensive or more luxury shopping, I usually have an idea of the specific item I want, and I will stalk that item for at least a few weeks leading up to the sale, just to make sure that if I decide to buy the thing, that I am in fact getting a deal. And actually, there are loads of fast fashion brands that are notorious for this kind of strategy, namely Pretty Little Thing, Boohoo. They always have sales, right? And at some points they'll even put timers on their sales. So they'll put, you can use this code, but you can only use it for the next 11 hours. And then they'll put a timer. Shein does it too. Guys, this is all marketing strategy. If you can get the consumer to feel as though time is running out, you know, you're only going to get this deal if you buy within the next few hours. You'll only get this deal if you buy within the next 24 hours. Kind of pressures you to make the purchase, even if you're not sure about the purchase. And actually, some brands even send emails, especially if you've got an account. They'll send you an email, oh, we see you are looking, here's a discount code to buy this thing. And a lot of the time, the sale price is in fact the price of the thing, right? They might have a few hours in between sales where they might put the price up of the thing for a few hours, but then they'll have another sale or another discount code. Pretty Little Thing is notorious, guys. If you are doing any shopping at some of these more fast fashion clothing brands, shop on Fridays, guys. I figured it out. guys. I figured it out. As I said, if I'm making purchases, I'm stalking. And so I figured out for most of these brands that they usually instigate their discount codes on Fridays going over the weekend and or around payday. So they'll have like an additional payday discount or something like that. If you can hold out, then I would suggest holding out, especially for today. I think because it's actual Friday, it will be like, okay, Black Friday sale ending today. You've got 2 hours to buy before Black Friday. Guys, chances are we've got Cyber Monday as well. They're probably gonna have another deal or another discount for Cyber Monday. And actually, I found with some brands, their Cyber Monday sales are better than their Black Friday sales. So they'll have a Black Friday sale, kind of, oh, we're selling everything, or get 40% off. Ends today. Which is not a lie, it does end today, but what they're not telling you is that tomorrow they'll have 50% off Cyber Monday sales. They basically just use strategies to try and make you feel more pressured to buy. And of course, Black Friday is only once a year, so it's kind of like you've got this one opportunity to buy. But we are going into the Christmas season, guys, the New Year's. There'll be New Year's sales, so chances are anything that you want to pick up now, you will probably have another opportunity to pick it up over the Christmas period or over the New Year's period. There's also this creator who talks about how people are really using AI and faux websites to make you think as though you're buying something authentic. So I am also somebody who does not really shop ads. Maybe it's the pessimist in me, but whenever I get shown an ad, it's a surefire way to get me to not buy the thing, because what do you want from me and why are you showing me this ad, right? So I know that there are quite a few people who like TikTok shop and things like that, but never something that I've tried. And part of the reason is because there are these sites that create what looks like pretty genuine storefronts. You know, you can make a pretty decent looking e-commerce site with things like Shopify for a reasonable amount of money that look super real on the front end, but on the back end you're like stealing people's details or selling their details or doing all kinds of things with their details. Temu. So she talks about some of the scamming that is going on online.
Black Friday scam alert. There is a scam going around that is targeting you because of Black Friday. Here is what you need to know and how to avoid it. Criminals are using AI to create very believable websites, but they are fake. These websites will look pretty much identical to the real thing. They'll have the same shop logo, they'll have
yes, they do that too, right? So you know, sometimes you might get spam emails and it will say that it's from, I don't know, Lloyd's Bank or some kind of reputable company, and the only way that you know that it's not actually them is because the email address has numbers in it or looks a bit weird. They are also doing that with clothing brands, so they're making websites that look very similar to the actual clothing brand's website, but it's not real.
the same product imagery, all in a bid to con you to use the website. What scammers will do is they will email you or text you a link to this website saying there is an incredible Black Friday deal. You click the link, you go on the website, you buy the items, and then your money disappears. And of course,
also beware of text messages and emails. Actually, for the most part, I always refuse to be sent text message ads because, you know, you can never truly be sure of who has your number and who exactly is texting you. So I can see how they might be using sending links to get you to go directly to the website before you purchase. But another hack to get around that is when you are making purchases, always check the web address. So if it says something like Zara 12345, it's not going to be the actual Zara site. Do your best to compare sites that you are maybe linked to the actual site. So open another tab and then go to actual Zara and see what the web address looks like.
you never get the product. They'll use very clever tricks so it looks like a genuine website. As an example, John Lewis, instead of using an O though, they will use a 0. So it could be barely detectable. So here is what you need to do. Firstly, scrutinise every email or message that you get that is relating to Black Friday. Check and check again the website address. And if the deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. If you do buy anything in the Black Friday sales, make sure that you use a credit card.
Yeah, usually with most things, if the deal does seem to be too good to be true, it probably is. I don't know. I think there is this idea that you can get something for nothing, and it just is not true. Whenever we are spending money, we are paying for something. And so I even tend to be wary of like giveaways. If somebody's giving me something for free, what are you getting out of it? Most of the time it's your email address, by the way. You know, when brands are giving out freebies or sign up to this and get a discount code, it's because they want your email address so that they can promote and market other products to you. So there's always a payoff, even when it feels like a deal. I think sometimes we get whipped up into this idea of, oh, I'm going to get that because that's such a good deal. I don't want anything unless it's on a deal. But sometimes these deals aren't really deals, as in there is some other value that they are getting from you by reducing their price or by selling something to you, maybe in a sample sale. Maybe it isn't made as well. Maybe the quality is different. Maybe they had too much stock. Maybe they're gently used. Maybe they're changing branding strategy and they want to get rid of some styles. There's always a reason why. It's never just free. There's also this TikTok that talks about how most of the products that are in Black Friday sales aren't actually priced lower than they ever were before.
Which did a study of like 66,000 products, and only 2% of products were actually cheaper during Black Friday.
So there was a study done that showed only 2% of the products that they looked at were the cheapest they were throughout the whole year. So basically there were other times in the year where these products were cheaper.
Because I think, again, brands and retailers have got so used to it being this hot shopping moment for consumers that, you know, everyone's also thinking about their profits and how they drive sales. So, well, we'll give enough discount, but not actually our best discount ever.
Yeah, I agree that a lot of brands know that Black Friday is a hot time of year. Some people actually even prepare for Black Friday leading up to Christmas. You know, I won't do any of my Christmas shopping until Black Friday, and then I'll get most of my Christmas gifts during the Black Friday sale. So retailers are really very much aware of people actually kind of wanting to spend during this time and definitely take advantage of that. So there are a few things you can do to get around the scams. One is to shop intentionally, guys. Don't impulse shop. Buy what you actually want. And if you are buying for Christmas, I would definitely recommend using price comparison sites. You know, still be critical of your purchases. If you see something and you think it's a deal, make sure you're going into Google and researching if it is available at a better price anywhere else. Do keep in mind that you can use discount codes on some sale items on some brands. So do search out discount codes. Whenever I make a purchase, after I put what I want in the basket, the next thing I do is look for a discount code. So I'd always recommend looking for discount codes, and just be careful out there, guys. Don't blindly trust any link that you're sent or any discount code linked to a discount website, anything like that. Be mindful and critical when you're out there shopping. I think there are a few things that I've got my eye on that I might be picking up today. Let me know if you have any plans for picking up anything as we reach the end of Black Friday sales down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.